Imagine the heir to the Hilton hotel fortune bunking here. Not with the men, of course, but in tent city for women with none of the comforts of home.
Welcome back. Tonight we learned that an already brief sentence behind bars is being slashed in half for celebrity Paris Hilton. As we went to break, Michael Cardoza pointed out that she's not doing anything wrong in any of these pictures, not drinking or anything else. Hey Cardoza, get your glasses out, friend. Take a look at that. Apparently, well, I was showing it to you, a hand-rolled cigarette in her hand behind the wheel. Do we
know if there's a green leafy substance in there, or maybe it's just tobacco? You don't know. I don't know.
Michael, I appreciate that. Note to self, when charged with pot smoking, hire Michael Cardoza. Let's take a look at the rest.
No question about it. I agree with that.
If you could just keep your eyes on the screen.
Sure.
Could you continue, Elizabeth, with the photos? That would be great. There's the hand-rolled cigarette.
All righty.
That's Paris on a cell phone. That's not really going to help either side. If you take a look at the big margarita in her hand, I guess you want me to believe that that's prune juice.
You know, Nance, who knows what it is? But, you know, we're getting
look
a little
at that.
bit,
There's
Nance,
about 20. No. You look. You look.
Nancy, I got it.
Okay, Elizabeth, do I have to cut his mic?
Okay.
Take a look at this photo. Because you said you can't tell whether Paris Hilton is drinking. This is after a DUI.
Nancy, your logic is she's having a drink, therefore she's an alcoholic.
I would like to continue with the photos. Oh, that's a good shot from Michael Cardoza. Here we go at another bar, drinking, apparently, unless she's drinking fruit juice. Maybe it's bottled water. You know, Michael Cardoza, as he went to break, said, how do we know she's drinking? She could just be out kicking her feet up, having a good time. To you, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, you have housed celebrities in your facility. What do you think about this slash in the sentence by half?
Well, like I said, the judge knows this is like an entitlement. Everybody that goes to jail usually gets it cut in half. Maybe he should have jumped up the sentence to 100 days, and then she can do 50. But they have a problem in California, and like I say, I run a different type of operation here. She would be doing time in the tents, and it's not nice doing time in the tents, especially in the summertime. And on our female chain gang, I have the only female chain gang in history. So I wish I could have her come here to send a message to the young people around our nation that you don't have any special treatment just because you have a lot of money.
Also tonight we learned the possibility, David Kaplan, and this is totally wrong on Paris's confidentiality behind bars, that already there is a price by photogs, paparazzi, for photos of her behind bars. I find that highly inappropriate. It won't be another inmate. It will be someone that works at the jail getting a photo of Paris Hilton. It could go for $250,000.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a lot of times how a lot of these photos surface. You know, we had that with Martha Stewart. A lot of times, unfortunately, it's people on the inside who sell these photos, and a lot of the paparazzi agencies are going to be buying these photos for upwards of $500,000. And of course, the price ranges. If it's just a photo of Paris, say, from far away, just in the yard, that can maybe be $250,000. If you get Paris crying, that ups the ante. So it's a very sort of vicious way of getting the photos, and it's a little unfortunate, but everyone wants to make money in this.
Highly inappropriate. And to Sabila Vargas, we checked on the incomes of jailers behind bars, and they go anywhere from $30,000 to about $60,000. If one of them can make $250,000, $300,000 off one photo from a cell phone, what is the jail doing to ensure that won't happen? That's wrong.
Well, you know, they definitely are going to have her separated from the general population. I know that. She's going to be in a special housing unit, which is only for high-profile celebrities. They've got some police officers. Anyone who, you know, would be in a position where they would be harmed. And let's face it, Paris Hilton is a beautiful girl. Everybody knows who she is. There's a lot of, you know, bad sentiment out there for Paris Hilton, and they're just hoping that, you know, she's not harmed, and that's why they're putting her in this facility.
I'm not quite sure why she is being treated like former cops behind bars. Out to the lines, Anne-Marie in Colorado. Hi, Anne-Marie.
Hi there. Colorado loves you, first of all.
Hello to my friends in Colorado.
Great. First of all, she's a repeat offender. That's obvious. And second of all, why no restitution? Why no community service?
You know, to you, Susan Moss, that's highly unusual. She was offered to go to classes and refused.
Absolutely. She should be doing restitution for what she has done. And I'll tell you something else. The only people who should look up to Paris Hilton are short people, and that's only because she's 5'8". She has done nothing to show that she is remorseful in terms of her deeds and her acts, in terms of doing community service, in terms of signing up for that course on alcohol awareness. She has done none of this and does not deserve the half cut in her sentence.
Out to you, Glenn Birch. Glenn is the president of MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. He's the national president. His son killed by a drunk driver. When you see these photos that we were showing earlier of her drinking with a hand-rolled cig, at best, behind the wheel, to me that's just rubbing our noses in the fact that she's getting a light sentence for DUI.
Well, first of all, we've got to all admit that Paris Hilton could have had a limo driver or a chaperone driver when her license was suspended. But you know, studies have clearly showed that first-time offenders doesn't mean that's the first time that they drank and drove. Estimates are anywhere from 80 to 200 times that they've driven drunk before they were actually caught. So I'm like many of your callers, you know, we need to really figure out who the victim is. And I will tell you that I can show them 41,000 families that we helped being injured and lost lives that she can talk to and understand the choice that she's making. It's a privilege, and she's abusing that privilege and setting a bad example.
Out to the lines, Carolyn in Indiana. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Nancy. Love your show.
Thank you, love. What's your question?
Actually, Susan Moss just kind of addressed it about the alcohol education classes. Was that part of her probation, and she didn't sign up for them?
What do you think about the sentence, Carolyn? Do I have
The whole
Carolyn?
time.
What, dear?
I think she should do the whole time.
I want to go back out to Sibylla Vargas, CNN correspondent, live at the jail where Paris will serve 23 days. What do we know about the day behind jail? What will it be constituted? What is it?
The day, well, June 5th would be the day that she is going to jail. And,
Right.
and I have to tell you, the one thing that we haven't spoken about is that she's no longer going to appeal this. You know, she was vowing to fight this all the way, and she's no longer going to appeal this because I think she realizes that she's got it pretty good. Like you said, she could have had 90 days, you know, and she ended up getting 45 days. It's now been slashed to 23 days. I think her attorneys are probably saying, this is it. Paris, this is as good as it gets.
Sibylla Vargas joining us there at the jail where Paris is now set to serve half of her sentence, just 23 days behind bars. Very quickly, breaking news tonight in a case